Nomad here once again at JamPlay.com. One of my favorite parts about figuring out how to create a really cool and fun solo is determining which scales and arpeggios go with the chord. Let's take A minor for example. If we play it in open position, it sounds like this. If we analyze the notes, we know we have an A, E, A, C, E. Now that makes sense because the arpeggio of an A minor chord is basically A, C, E. That's how we build an A minor chord. For example, if we just take the top 3 strings and play those notes, A, C, E, those are the top 3 notes in the A minor chord. So why not create a little solo idea with those? Really simple, but we stated a nice little melodic theme, and then we kind of just put a little flavor in it with the vibrato technique. Now let's try that in the position up from there, in the 5th position, but we're going to flip those notes around. So instead of having A, C, E, and again, that's my little motif, we'll start on the C this time, which is the C on the G string, the 3rd string, 5th fret, E, and A. If you take those guys, you can do a little mini bar, half bar, and we can, why not continue with that theme? Now again, I'm adding some little cool techniques in there, which I think most of you, or some of you, might be familiar with. If you're not, let's analyze those. I did a nice slide from the C, so that would be the 5th fret, C on the G string, 2nd fret A on the G string, and then a slide back. So if you do it quickly, and then of course at the end I'm adding my classic vibrato. One thing to keep in mind about vibrato, it's very unique to each player. It's much like our speaking voice. We all have a distinction in our voice that lets people know, hey, that's Bob, that's Steve, that's Larry. You can just tell right away. Vibrato is much the same. When you hear Eric Clapton's vibrato, you're like, wait a minute, that's Clapton. Same thing, B.B. King. Well, I know that vibrato, that's B.B. King. You know what I mean? So my vibrato as Nomad is going to be different than yours. This is good. It makes us all sound unique. Let's continue with this concept even further. Let's take the same arpeggio, but let's play it in the 12th position. Now, if you play open position, and then you play 12th position, that just creates an octave, which means the notes are exactly 1 octave higher than the original. So those same notes, A, C, E, are identical to these lower ones, but of course they sound more exciting because they're an octave higher. Continuing with that theme that we had earlier, so again, employing some vibrato and a couple just little emotional techniques there, we start the solo over here in the open position, we move up to the 5th position, and then we go to the 12th position. So now instead of soloing inside one little box, which is typically the A minor pentatonic or the minor pentatonic scale, and that's great, we will always come back to those patterns. But instead of just using that, now we've expanded our soloing space or real estate on the fretboard to 3 different places: open position, 5th position, 12th position. As an example, let me show you. Okay, so again, I started with a simple theme in the open position, expounded on it a little bit in 5th, and then went up to 12th. Now at the very end, I bent up even higher, so I'm still in the 12th position, but I hit a G here on the 15th fret on the high E, and then I bent it, and gave it some nice little vibrato at the end, up to the 17th fret note. Again, I didn't physically play the 17th fret, I just bent from the 15th all the way to that high A. I hope you've enjoyed this little excerpt. Stay tuned this weekend, October 7th, 8th, and 9th, for my live lesson series. Nomad, signing off for now.